there's a big difference between how most people are looking at life and how I'm looking at life. Like, I have to agree that sometimes I get depressed and upset and sad, and, I can't say it's really even that much of a negative feeling. It's more or less, okay, I'm trying to say this because, if I was to say to my mom that I'm always happy, she would disagree, because sometimes I feel like I'm sitting and I'm not doing anything. But there's a difference between the people who are depressed and unhappy because they're without something, okay? I'm definitely happy with the person I am and who I am, and I can be alone and be happy. But then I'm not part of the world if I'm just alone. I'm only me, Dan Alexander. So when I go out amongst other people and I see that I could help most of the people that I see, because I see so many unhappy people. And then the people that I see that don't seem unhappy, that are all about money, or that maybe they're not all about money, but there's something that I see in them that shows a sign of depression or a sign of not looking at how things really are, just valuing something that isn't that big. I mean, it's great if somebody's like a sports fanatic and they play sports and they're a coach at sports and they're whatever, but they also have other things in their life going on that usually distract from that, and da-da-da-da. And it's like, if people can be into something, but that's not the big thing either. Like, nobody's life goal is to be a coach or a soccer player, you know what I mean, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just something like that. But I mean, it's fun to enjoy everything you do, and yes, they should enjoy everything they do, so there's nothing wrong with that. All I'm trying to say is there's people who are unhappy because they don't have something. There's something that they want that they don't have. Like, I don't want anything. What I get upset about is knowing that I have a way to help other people, and I'm not able to do it. Knowing that I have such a valuable thing that could help so many, and not getting the opportunity to show anybody. Because the people that I do talk to about it are happy being, well, they're not happy, but they're just going to continue being miserable or bothered by something, or thinking that they need to come up with some money because they're broke, and not thinking that we can change things if we try. Like, nobody wants to try to change anything. I literally know we can change things because I've been there. I've seen the changes. But we all have to make that effort. I mean, just because I can see something in my mind doesn't mean it's going to become physically true. I understand that. But there are things that I know I've seen that can become physically true, and I know the steps we need to take to make it that. Like, you know how if you want to get 6 from 1, you got to add 5 more? Well, there's like a spiritual, physical equation to a lot of things. Like, a lot of things could happen if we did a certain thing to make certain things happen. Like, if any person realized that they don't need money, power, and, status, then everything would be okay. If everybody realized that they really never have to kill anybody, there's no reason anyone has to kill anybody, ever. So whoever agrees with a military formation having to attack anybody, the people that are killing in the name of their religion or killing in the name of their country, they're just so disillusioned by thinking that matters. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, and even if somebody was enlightened and understands that they don't even need to be in this world in order to, in this physical plane to experience existence, they understand that and are a negative person and they just want to take out some people before they go, I mean, I guess that's their path. And I guess those people that got taken out, that was their path too. But once we all start understanding that, we don't need to physically live out our karma anymore. We don't need to live out our past life things that we haven't experienced. The people that are here getting who had their soul contract was to come down and experience death because they were horrible in their last life, or they wanted to learn this lesson because, they just knew about it but never experienced it and wanted to learn it. So that's what they do. They come and they learn that lesson, whether it's horrible or awesome in our opinions. It's just a lesson that we all choose to learn, and everyone does it. So if you die today, or if you disagree with me and you think I'm horrible for saying these things and you kill me, the next life you'll be the one who experiences it, because your soul hasn't been through that quest yet. Your soul hasn't been there, and if it has, in other lives you can forget that stuff in this life. You can be so disillusioned by what you see and hear. That's the problem with people, is that we become made up of what's around us. Like, we allow ourselves to be confused. We were gifted by having brains, but at the same time, some people, they never take control of their mind, and they end up being brainwashed to think something else. So there's so many different things to it. It's hard to explain, but I know what I'm talking about, and I know I can help, and that's what gets me bothered sometimes, knowing that I do know how to help, but don't get the option to do it. So when I have this short moment to talk to somebody, I get so over-emotional, but I have all these things ready to go and ready to show people, but I never get the chance to do it in a calm fashion. So I just have, I have all these things on my phone, you should see it. And I show them a list of things, and you should see this thing, and look at this thing I have, and look at this thing I have. And I never have any chance to really take the time to show it the way it's meant to be shown, or say it the way I mean it. It's just always rushed. So I never get that chance, and that's what drives me the craziest. So that's what I wanted to say. Later.